see those numbers increase. This will be a ZVZ, and the red player will be Beren. Beren, the red Zerg, will be against none other than Boba. I don't know what all this is. So he will be the blue Zerg Boba. We'll speed this up because we do not see any 6 pool shenanigans. Could see a 10 pool or something of that sort though, because that is actually rather common. At least in the games that I play, I have transitioned from my ways of 10 pool or of 6 pooling in ZVZ when I get it on the Korean ladder or the EU ladder, and now I just 10 pool everybody and get banelings out, something like that, because I hate the matchup with a passion more than I hate PvP now that I think of it. So this will just be drones on drones on drones. We will see. I don't think we will see a 15 hatch in ZVZ too often, so we will probably. Well, okay. There goes for red, and blue's didn't go for a 15 hatch. Okay. So Mr. Boba going for a very quick expand. Usually you do not see that because it is very easy to deal with, especially when overlords can come in here and scout everything for free. Nothing to shoot up at them for a very long time. So he will be able to see the 15 hatch timing, and that means that he will probably make a lot of lanes very early. That would at least be the preferred, or at least what I would expect him to do. He does throw down his own expand at the 250 minute, 250 timestamp. I don't know. The spawning pool for him finishing up here soon, as the blue spawning pool only just now going down. If lanes were started immediately, they would get over here. They would do a little bit of damage, but red would, or rather blue would know this and not take too much damage at the end of things. Queen has started as well as gas for our red player. Blue has gotten his gas beforehand though. He has started that he's about 20 gas ahead, somewhere around there. Asking if the red player is masters, apparently not. Just hasn't played. The overlord though will see everything. He will see the pool timing, will see the gas. Yes, he did see both of those. You can see them on his map. And yes, this player was Masters last season, but hasn't played very much this season, apparently. The hatchery will finish up here just in a second. Another queen on the way as well, and I'd like to see a lot of queens, so I would hope to see another one from this base soon. Maybe, I just don't know the meta well enough, though. But I just like a lot of queens. It's nice. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay? It's comfortable. We do have Zerglings, rather. Wow. Zerglings on the way, 2 from each player, just one larva going down for each of those players. Might see a baneling nest. No, it will be a spine crawler. I know that baneling nest is sometimes put over here and then will basically wall off the queen from a full surround. I don't know, I just use the little bits and pieces from the ZVZs that I see to try to put some insight on this matchup, but really I don't know very much of it other than cheese, and then I know it goes to Mutawars late, but I know that the spore crawlers do 3-shot Mutalisk now, so that has dropped in its effectiveness. There we go, but still not completely out of the way. And this overlord does go down. Okay, that was a very long trek for that queen, moving so very slow off of creep. He did get him. Red is supply blocked, is putting down a baneling nest, and not making any Zerglings behind this though. Neither player having very many Zerglings. 2 of them have actually gotten into the main of our blue player, and he does have his lair on the way, and that must mean that red wants to go all in on this, but he can't when he is supply blocked. That it will be a bit of an issue. A spine and a queen here will be enough to force these lanes into the main base by the looks of it, and 1 queen should be able to deal with one or two of these lanes, but the drones now being pulled and surrounding those lanes. The drones do lose mining time, but he is safe to mine another day. More and more drones being made. The layer is halfway done for our red player. He is also still behind in the gas count, but I think he has the better gas income. Yes, blue is not using 3 of his geysers, even though he has gotten them. So I would like to see those used here shortly, so that way he can keep up with that gas count if this does devolve into Mutawars. And I don't know. More and more drones being made. The drone count looking to be in favor of red, and he is making more at the same time. So that will be a bit of a problem for our blue player. And blue is just down in supply in general. does have a lot of minerals banking up. Hopefully he will start to use those here at some point soon. Infestation Pit going down for our red player. And that will actually take us away from the standard Mutalisk play. There goes the Spire though. And that will bring us right back to it. We'll see who made the better decision here in just a couple of minutes. Lanes being made by blue, drones being made by red. Everything is pretty standard. Actually, if these lanes just were sent towards red's base, they would actually deal a lot of damage because neither player is making a lot of units, and I mean, neither player knows that the other player is making no units, so that is kind of funny actually. Evo Chamber going down for red. No upgrades from either player just yet, but we will see that started for red in just a minute. The pathogen glands as well as the +1 missile attack has been started. And yeah, okay. Just checking to make sure that this was, because there was a game last night that I did not know was Wings of Liberty, so I wanted to make sure that this was not the same scenario as that. The Changeling Zergling running over here. Sometimes you notice this. Oh, he had it selected. There it goes. The queen does get in there on that there changeling. He does see the Roach Warren though, and a lot of lanes could run in here and easily snipe two queens and kill these Zerglings. But well, actually that is a decent amount. That came out a total of 12 on the field against 16. Could hold with help of two queens and some spine crawlers. Do have 6 Mutalisk on the way though, and he has enough gas for more, but he will need some supply room. Also starting geysers at his third, but the third is under fire now. Will want to move his lanes very quickly over here so that way he does not lose it. A couple of drones being taken down. He has killed a total of 4 drones compared to only 1 red drone being killed. And this base is going down very quickly with that surround. I don't know if he'll be there in time. It doesn't look like he will be. The Mutalisk have now been spotted as well, but there are no upgrades on them. He did click on it to make sure of that. And this base, it will not go down actually. He has a total of 68 health left. That was very close. If he did lose that base, he'd actually be on even terms with his red opponent. The red third was cancelled when that drone was killed by the Zerglings, and now Mutalisk will hunt for Overlords. This will be their... Okay, I guess not. I thought that would be their first target, but apparently not. 4 Infestors did just hatch. Hydralisk are on the way as well with those ranged upgrades, as well as Roach Speed. He will just go for a... He's going to try to catch the Mutalisk out of position, or just go kill the blue Zerg. Those are his options right now. Spores going down for our red player as well, dealing so much damage to those Mutalisks these days. Do have a nice Roach Hydra Mitts on the way though, and those Hydralisks will deal a lot of damage to Mutalisk as well. So much DPS coming down in both of those units squishy, but the Mutalisk definitely not dealing as much damage as the Hydralisk, especially from a shorter range as well. But a lot are being made. No upgrades for them are on the way though. Kind of surprised to see that. The Hydra Speed is on the way. The more Roaches are on the way as well, but he's still only on 2 base. That's the big thing here. Yeah, he does have a nice army to deal with what blue is doing, but he's doing it off of 2 base instead of 3. That will start to hurt him soon. This base has actually recovered 300 health. That must have been transfused because I don't think it would have regenerated that quickly. This base will be cancelled again. Yes, that surround does get on it, and there it goes. It's not even canceled; it is just destroyed. That is a lot of minerals wasted from our red player rather. But he does have a nice little bank. Those lanes do scout out this army, do see the infestor count as well as the amount of Hydralisks. He knows that the Mutalisk cannot engage on that anytime soon, and he will have a total of 18 Mutalisks though. It will be a nice amount. We'll be able to snipe Overlords or just fly past them, and there it goes. Okay. This is when you just snipe whatever you can with those Mutalisks because you know you do not want to get caught, and you don't want to fly into those spores that deal a lot of damage. Like one Mutalisk, actually that Mutalisk was taken out, and another one almost being taken out immediately. And now these Mutalisks flying in here as well, you definitely want to micro those to the best of your ability. Creep spread not too much because the Mutaline play does not need creep spread, or doesn't need it as much per se as a Roach Hydra play does, and this base is trying to go up again. I would love it if our blue player found this again, just because he'd be able to cancel it so easily because of those Zergling surrounds being so very effective. And the red army is already moving in position to defend it actually, right as I said that, and the blue army is on the way. Blue is ahead by about 10 supply. He's also ahead by about 13 drones in a very nice position. A couple of banelings being morphed. 25 banelings being morphed. And if he lands on the Hydralisk die instantly. And infestors are actually armored. I did not know that because I never make infestors. I was also not here during the time of Roach or Infestor, Ultra, Broodlord, or whatever was Wings of Liberty days. But we do have the Baneling speed on the way. We do have the +2 on the way for our red Zerd, only on one Evo chamber. Still not a single upgrade for our blue player. Would like to see that change just because it is very effective to get those upgrades. And here comes a massive Mutalisk. The Banelings are going to be on creep. They will start running at this army. Red is not microing at all. The Banelings hit on everything. Everything just dying, and he did nothing there. He gets a few fundals off, but there's not enough Hydralisk to deal with the Mutalisk count. Mutalisk is tearing through everything. They could snipe off a few infestors, but he did just chain fundal at this point. There goes. I don't know if the rest of the fundals will kill them. It looks like they might actually. All these Mutalisks being caught out. Oh, and he did actually miss the last fundal. Now all those Mutalisks will regenerate their health very quickly. The Lings are going to come in here to try to clean this up, or just hit the third. You could easily take out the third. There he goes. He does start trying to take a move on that. Baneling speed finishing up here soon. The +2 ranged weapons for the Hydralisk were not done in that engagement, so that definitely did hurt. And now this base is pretty much gone, and he does just call GG. And that's because he would still be on 2 bases. His blue opponent was still on 3. He was not taking a 4th, surprisingly, and he didn't have the upgrades, but just an amazing engagement for him there. Red didn't micro anything. He didn't fundal the Banelings. He didn't just straight up run away. The Banelings without speed, I don't know how fast they are on creep, but I'm pretty sure Hydralisk could at least outrun them, or he could have bought enough time to handle them in some way, shape, or form, but instead he just let them steamroll half of his army, and that was a very, very good engagement and game from Mr. Boba. So thank you for that replay.